Our lesson today is about length unit. Introduction to length. What's the distance between Beirut and Tripoli? How long is the pencil? How far is your home from the supermarket? What are we trying to find? We are trying to find the length, which is the distance from one point to another. We have this pencil. We are going to measure its length. We can see that it is 9. Can I write this number representing length without unit? No, of course. So, to find length, we use metric units. Metric comes from meter. So, the length of the pencil is 9 centimeter. Suitable metric units. What metric unit do we use to measure each of the following? Let us start. A road, we measure it in kilometer. Playground, we measure it in meter. Pen, we measure it in centimeter. Can you imagine the length of an ant? No. So, to measure an ant, we use millimeter. The biggest unit is kilometer, and the smallest unit is millimeter. Length metric system. In order to memorize the units after each other, you have to keep in mind this sentence. King Henry's daughter makes dark chocolate milk. K in king is for kilometer, H in Henry for hectometer, D in daughter for decameter, M in makes for meter, D in dark for decimeter, C in chocolate for centimeter, and M in milk for millimeter. The base unit is meter. We multiply always by 10 when moving each step to the right, and we divide by 10 when moving each step to the left. Converting units. In order to be able to convert units, we have to use the metric unit system. By keeping in mind the sentence, King Henry's daughter makes dark chocolate milk. Kilometer, hectometer, decameter, meter, decimeter, centimeter, and millimeter. We always multiply by 10 each step when moving downward and divide by 10 each step when moving upward. Let us take examples. 45 decimeter is equal to what in millimeter? Decimeter is here. I'm going to reach millimeter. I multiply by 10, then by 10. So I multiply by 100. 45 times 100 is equal to 4,500 millimeter. 243 meter is equal to what in decameter? Meter is here. I'm going to reach decameter. I move one step upward. So I divide by 10. 243 divided by 10. 243 is 243.0. The decimal point will move one step to the left since we are dividing by 10 as we took in the previous lesson. So 243 divided by 10 is equal to 24.3 decameter. 61 centimeter is equal to what in meter? Centimeter is here. I'm going to reach meter. I move 2 steps upward. So I divide 61 by 100. 61 is 61.0. I move the decimal point 2 steps to the left. So the answer is equal to 0.61 meter. 0.98 decameter is equal to what in centimeter? Decameter is here and centimeter is here. I move 1, 2, 3 steps downward. So I multiply 0.98 by 1000. I move the decimal point 3 steps to the right since I'm multiplying by 1000. So the answer will be equal to 980 centimeter. More examples in the same way by using the metric unit system. We have 4 kilometer, 6 hectometer, 3 decameter. It's equal to what in meter? First one is 4 kilometer. Kilometer is here. I'm going to reach meter. I have to move 1, 2, 3 steps downward. So I multiply the 4 by 1000. 6 hectometer It's here. I have to reach meter. I have to move 1, 2 steps downward, so I multiply the 6 by 100. 3 decameter. Decameter is here. I have to move only 1 step downward to reach meter, so I multiply the 3 by 10. The total answer is equal to 4,630 meter. 8 kilometer, 9 hectometer, it's equal to what in decimeter? Kilometer is here. I'm going to reach decimeter. I have to move 1, 2, 3, 4 steps downward. So I multiply the 8 by 10,000. 9 hectometer is here. I have to move 1, 2, 3 steps downward. So I multiply the 9 by 1,000. The answer is equal to 89,000 decimeter. 9 hectometer, 6 decameter, 7 centimeter. It's equal to what in decameter? 9 hectometer is here. I'm going to reach decameter. I only move 1 step downward, so I multiply the 9 by 10. 6 decameter, it's already in decameter. I copy it as it is, plus 6 decameter. 7 centimeter, centimeter is here. I'm going to reach decameter. I have to move 1, 2, 3 steps upward. So I divide the 7 by 1000. 9 times 10 is equal to 90 plus 6 I copy it as it is. 7 divided by 1000, 7 is 7.0. I have to move the decimal point 3 steps to the left. 1, 2, 3. So the answer will be equal to 0.007. The total answer is equal to 96.007 decameter. Crossing out the intruder. I have these numbers with different units. That's why I'm going to change the same unit in order to know the intruder by using the ladder of units. I draw a ladder of 7 steps and I write on each step a unit. First, kilometer. Second, hectometer. Third, decameter. Fourth, meter. Fifth, decimeter. Sixth, centimeter. And seventh, millimeter. I multiply by 10 each step when moving downward and divide by 10 each step when moving upward. I'm going to change into meter. The first one is already in meter, so I'll keep it as it is. Second one is 3 hectometer for decameter. Hectometer is here. I have to move 1, 2 steps downward to reach meter. So I have to multiply the 3 by 100. 3 times 100 is equal to 300. For decameter, decameter is here. I have to move only 1 step downward. So I multiply the 4 by 10. 4 times 10 is equal to 40. Then 300 plus 40 equals 340 meter. Third one is in hectometer. Hectometer is here. I have to move 1, 2 steps downward. So I multiply this number by 100. Since it's a decimal number, the decimal point will move 1, 2 steps to the right since we are multiplying by 100. The answer is equal to 3.4 meter. Fourth one is in kilometer. Kilometer is here. I have to move 1, 2, 3 steps downward. So I multiply this decimal number by 1000. Decimal point will move 3 steps to the right. 1, 2, 3. Since we are multiplying by 1000. So the answer is equal to 340 meter. I look at the answers, they are all equal to 340 meter, except this is equal to 3.4 meter. So the intruder is 0.034 hectometer. I cross it out. Another example. In the same way, I'm going to change into meter. The first one is already in meter. I'll keep it as it is. Second one is in millimeter. I have to reach meter. I have to move 1, 2, 3 steps upward. So I divide this number by 1000. 2 zeros from this number will pop up with 2 zeros from the second number. Then 67 divided by 10 is equal to 6.7 meter. Third one is in decameter. I have to move only 1 step downward to reach meter. So I multiply this number by 10. The decimal point will move 1 step to the right. Since we are multiplying by 10, so the answer is equal to 6.7 meter. Fourth one is in centimeter. I have to move 1, 2 steps upward. So I multiply this number by 100. 2 zeros from this number will pop up with the 2 zeros from the second number. So 67 divided by 1 is equal to 67 meter. I look at the answers. They are all equal to 6.7 meter. Except this, it's equal to 67 meter. So the intruder is 6,700 centimeter. So I cross it out. And this is your homework.